Hey everybody, I'm Sean.
And I'm Steph.
And we right here are Rampant Design. Welcome to episode lucky number 13 of Running Rampant, a little show that takes you behind the scenes of our company, Rampant Design. Talks a little bit about what it's like to run a small business, and then we take questions from you, our fine furry friends on the interwebs. What do we have cracking this week?
On today's episode, we're talking about creativity, excuses, and hacking productivity.
Kablamo. All right, before we get into everything, what's going on at Rampant?
Lots of stuff. We are finishing this week. We'll actually be releasing the new FCPX plugins, which we're really excited about. They're overlays, and they're really, really, really cool. So be on the lookout for that. And other than that, it's just same old, producing, doing it, getting the business going, and then repeating it all again.
Lots and lots of work.
Yeah, that's a lot.
All right, so what's the first topic for the show here?
We're talking about creativity. We get a lot of questions from YouTube and personal friends and all. People just ask us, how do you come up with the ideas for Rampant, like things that you sell? How do you do that? How do you create this creativity even though you're running a company? So take it away.
Okay, well, I'm an artist first and a business person second. I've always been a visual effects artist. For some reason, when we started the company, people make this assumption. Like, we had a pretty big person at a company say, well, I thought you were just a motion graphics guy who decided to make stuff. And that's like, wow, no. I'm a visual effects artist first and foremost. Worked in Hollywood, had done a ton of MoGraph work and visual effects work for all kinds of companies, inside and outside of Hollywood. And because of that, I have a lot of friends all over the world who share with me things that they'd like to see, or things that they like, or things that they think that they would do different. And that's all valuable information. Plus, we do our own research. When I get out of the house, I don't really unplug. I'm always looking at things and inspiration. So I might see a cool water feature or an LED sign or something out there, and be like, I wonder if I can make that into a drag and drop kind of thing. And that goes up on the whiteboard. Right now we've got a couple hundred ideas on the whiteboard that may or may never see the light of day. So we get it from all over. When we go to theme parks and stuff, I'm always looking at things. If I go to New York City and Times Square, I'm very inspired by what I'm seeing. We have friends submitting stuff. People are submitting their videos in our Rampant user group.
Yep.
We're always inspiring one another. So you tell me something that I like about you, I tell you the same thing, and it's just this big circle. So we're always drawing inspiration from one another. But most importantly, I have an idea book and a whiteboard that I'm still several hundred ideas behind from actually executing all these things. So we have a big, giant vat of ideas that we just haven't gotten to perform yet because this is it. Even yesterday on YouTube, someone's called us a big corporation. It's like, no.
No, just us.
No, just us. Still us. And the cats. Still us.
Yeah.
How about you? I mean, you're an artist first and foremost as well.
I think it's just, I don't... there are days where you just don't feel as inspired as other days, and that's why we have the whiteboard. That's why we have, when you have an idea, if you dream of it or if you think of it right then and there, write it down. It's very important to just keep a journal or some kind of documentation, because you're not going to remember tomorrow. We don't remember ideas. We have to write everything down. I'm always asking Siri to take a note or pulling out my phone and taking a note. It's something that you have to do, and it's important to just write everything down, and because not every day you're going to feel inspired and creative. So Sean's I'll see, so if I see something cool on TV or somewhere else, I'll say, oh, that's pretty cool, and then Sean will be like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome, we need to put that on the board. So that's what we end up doing, and it's just be inspired by everyday life and try to find and see and sort of open your eyes. I think that's kind of what we've learned, is opening our eyes to see everything and make sure we take it all in, so that we can either recreate something or so we can give it to you guys. So. Also,
there's nothing funnier. This is a complete side note, but there's nothing more humorous than watching Stefanie interact with Siri. Boy, do they have
Siri
a
does not like me. Siri does not listen to me. Siri hates me. So.
Oh, it is the best time ever. That's like free therapy right there. It brings a smile to your face. What's next?
All right, so talking about creativity, and then going into excuses. This is an important thing. We have friends and colleagues and people. How do you get by? How do you do this? There's a lot of how do you do that? How do you do this? And so we're going to talk about excuses and how we deal with it. And then that's it. So you can take that away. I'll stop
When you're now officially a business in someone's mind, and it took a lot of our friends a very long time to stop saying, "Oh, that's cute," to "Okay, wow, you're running a business." People will come up to you with excuses. I have friends who do, vlogging and blogging all day long, and they're like, how on earth are you doing this? Because in the time that we've started doing this vlog, which is something we decided at the end of last year that we were going to do on the regular, we've also added a live show, and it's twice a week. So 2 times a week we do a live show that goes anywhere from a half an hour to 2.5 hours, depending upon the interactivity and the questionings, the questions that are happening. We're not asking questions for 2.5 hours, but the audience is, or the guest is just going on, and that's great. People just want to know. We're doing that twice a week, and then we're doing this show once a week, and we're doing Rampant every day. And they're like, well, how do you do this? Well, the reality is you're asking me for an excuse. When you say, well, you can't really do this if you had kids, or you can't really do this thing if you had X, or doing this thing, or they're always, what they're doing is they're asking me for permission for them not to do work. And that's fine. I'm not your boss. I don't care what you do. I really don't.
Right.
You can work as little or as much as you want to. The reality is, whether or not I give you permission shouldn't affect your life. I'm not going around going, be healed, do this, do that, work hours for everyone. No, come on, man. I'm just a dude who's married to a really cool chick who wants to provide for their future family by doing this thing. We're just entrepreneurs. We're just creatives who have the background and want to try to serve more than one client at a time. Back in the day, I'd work on one customer's project at a time. Now I want to work on thousands. That's really the basic of it. So when you come up to me and start telling me reasons why you can't succeed, you're asking me to tell you that it's okay that mindset is there. It's not okay. You're stopping yourself from succeeding, period. Doesn't matter what other people are doing. It doesn't. You know how many times we get phone calls or emails from people, hey, so-and-so's doing this. So... Still doing our thing. Don't care.
We don't really listen to the excuses. We try. We don't have any ourselves. The only thing that we say is it's our fault. If we don't get up and work, that's on us. There is no excuse for that. That we can't blame it on anything else. I can't blame it on the cats. I can't blame it on if we had children or if we had to drive or wherever we had to go. There's no excuse to not do something. And if you want to do it, do it.
Look, when we're driving, I'm responding to emails, writing down notes, coming up with ideas. When we're flying, I'm doing the same thing. It's just, you can put in as few or as many hours into this thing as you want. I will tell you this, though. Entrepreneurship is about building a campfire and keeping that fire going. When you first build the fire, it's cute. You're like, oh, look, we have a fire. And then comes wind and rain and sand and people, and everything else is just trying to destroy it. If it was super easy to run your own business and be successful, everybody would do it. It turns out it's hard work. And it's probably harder work than working for somebody else. My personal feeling is I'm tired of facilitating other people's dreams. No matter how big or how small the companies you're working for, you are facilitating somebody else's dreams. And I was thinking, well, why are their dreams worth more than mine?
Right.
Well, it turns out they're not. Well, all of our dreams are worth the same. So if you want to pursue your own dreams, do it. But you have to keep doing it. You can't sporadically do it and then wait because the fire's going to die. And then you're starting all over again. And it turns out that's more difficult than just keeping it going.
Yep. That's true. No excuses. Just do it.
Just do it. Keep moving forward.
Do it.
One thing a day. If you're having that kind of a struggle, do one thing a day. It's all right. You'll get there. Moving on.
All right. So talking about creativity and excuses, then talking about, well, how do you keep all that together? And we're talking about some of our hacks for productivity. How do we keep ourselves motivated and going every day to get up and do the same thing and stay focused and all that stuff. So probably like the very first thing, as you can see here, is that decision fatigue is very real. It's a very real thing. And by doing this, we don't actually wear the same shirt. I actually do laundry every now and again. But we wear the same clothes because it's one less decision that we have to make in the day. And that's so important for, your brain only has a small amount of space to make decisions.
It's got a finite number of decisions you can make every day. I know that sounds difficult, but when you're making 100 decisions an hour, not having to worry about clothing is something. And my closet, my side of the closet, which is not really a side, my 1/3 of the closet is nothing but Rampant shirts. And I have solid black shirts as well for the times I'm feeling wacky and crazy and want to change it up. But I just don't want to think about it. I have friends, male friends, who work very hard on their appearance, and that is awesome. There's nothing wrong with that. But that takes time, that takes thought, and I don't have the time or the ability to carve that out in order to facilitate everything else that I'm doing. So Steve Jobs did this. He wore the same dang outfit every day. So just by walking in, pulling the George Jetson thing right off the thing, putting it back on, and going to work, it's just simple. You know,
One less thing
you got to worry about. It's really a personal choice, and I know I get made fun of a lot for it, but it's okay.
So, hack 1, less decisions.
Uno.
This is less decisions. So keep your decisions to where they matter most. And for us, clothing is not where it matters most. So that's one. Our second one would be automation. Using whatever you can to help you make your life easier, especially when it comes to things like social media. If you are slaving away at your computer, there's an easier way to get all those posts out for Twitter, for Facebook, for Pinterest, all that stuff. You can use, we use things called, a software called Hootsuite, which is awesome. You can schedule things in, so you're not sitting at the computer posting at 10:05 and then 10:30 and then 11 o'clock. So you have a machine that's doing that for you. So wherever you can, take tasks and automate them if you can. That's very, very, very important.
We've got friends in this circle. Some friends post a little bit. Some friends don't post at all. A lot of them make fun of me for posting. But here's the reality of it. A tweet lasts like between 7 and 13 minutes. Think of a tweet as a 144 character thing at the bottom of your news screen going like this. I'm not sure if this is the right direction because I'm looking at everything backwards. But that data like on E or on the news channels or ESPN or whatever, that is essentially a modern day tweet. That's it. It's gone, right? So unless you were sitting there at that specific point in time, you're never going to see that, right? So tweets are small bite-sized chunks of information. Same with Facebook. Now it would be great, if you don't automate everything, go ahead and do some things that are live. But if you've got a tutorial that you made, go ahead and share it once every day. You don't have to sit there and manually go. That's just time not well spent.
Yeah, it's not good.
So automate what you can.
Yep. All right. Number three hack is find a schedule that fits you. If you are a morning person, get up in the morning like me. If you are a night person, then you need to work at night. You're working for yourself. You don't have a set schedule. You don't have to work 9 to 5. Now, if you have to for family reasons, we understand that. That's fine. But if you can, find a schedule that works for you. So schedule all your stuff in the morning if you are more productive in the morning, and then schedule all your stuff at night if you're more productive at night. It's very important to, find something that works best for you and your company.
Yeah, I mean, there are 3 8-hour shifts in every day, so figure out what you want to do and how long you want to do it. But for me, I'd rather stay up until 6 a.m. than get up at 6 a.m. For real.
Yes, we differ on times.
She is.
I like mornings.
Too much blah in the morning. I'm like, just.
All right, so that was 3?
Sure.
All right, then the next I don't know what number it is, but the next one is keep your distractions to a minimum. This is really important as far as emails and social media. Facebook. I mean, it's just you're constantly bombarded. And by the way, don't be afraid to not respond. Don't be afraid to put on Do Not Disturb for however many minutes you need to get whatever you're doing done. Put on Do Not Disturb. He is so guilty of not putting on Do Not Disturb.
My phone, my phone blows up.
I am sitting next to him, listening to him cut a promo, and it's literally like music, and then ding, music, cut, ding, and I'm like, just put the Facebook away. It's all important things. I'm not saying it's not important.
It's text messaging and Facebook. And
you have to prioritize and put Do Not Disturb on. It's very important. Also, another thing we do for distractions is we don't really watch television in the sense of, okay, we sit down at 8 o'clock and we watch till 11 and we get to go to bed. No, we don't have that luxury. We DVR everything, and then we watch TV when we have a meal. That is how we minimize that. We catch up with everybody else. Now, if you have a show like Game of Thrones and then everybody likes to post on Monday what's going on, I'm like,
yeah, and I'm not eating watching Game of Thrones or Walking Dead, so that's not happening. But yes, we multitask. The idea is that we multitask. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we also watch a half-hour show or an hour show or break it up, whatever it happens to be.
Yep.
And it's just how it is. If you like to watch all the football games and, whatever it happens to be, whatever your distraction is, play video games, those are great, but they're also time vampires. And you'll look up, you'll be like, oh, well, okay, I don't have that time anymore.
Yep.
So multitask. Have the game on in the background. If you can focus and still listen, do that. If you can't, if you're like me and you're going to be like, then don't do that.
All right, and our very last awesome tip of the...
It's not our last. It's our second to last, but go ahead.
Okay, our next to last tip would be...
I have a special bonus tip that she doesn't know about. Oh. Mm-hmm. Go on.
Prioritize your tasks daily. And how we do that is we sit down in the morning and we say, what needs to get done today? What is the most important thing to get done today? So you make a list, and if you need to make it physically out, or if you just need to make a mental list, prioritize for yourself a list on what is important. So I'll say, we sit down, we take 15 to 20 minutes every morning, and it's usually at breakfast while we're watching TV from the last night. What is the most important thing? Our cats are going crazy.
They hate when we close doors. We have an open door policy, and they're just like, what? So they're out there outside of this is Stefanie's office. We have all kinds of things going on in this room. Her office is there, the studio's here, there's a drive machine there, and there's a door right there, and they're all the cats. I think they've all collectively gotten the small one, and they're running back and forth like some kind of a battling ram.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So prioritize your tasks, make a mental list at the beginning of the day, and tackle the ones that you need to tackle for that day. If you don't get to everything, don't worry. Good. Roll that into the next list and put that on top for tomorrow. So
for real.
There's always going to be something that has to get done. And now let's have your secret tip.
My secret tip to moving forward and staying positive every single day is, can I have a drum roll? That's outside of the cat room. Get yourself a Steph. I've said it before and I've said it again. Get yourself a Steph. You can't have this one. She's not available, but you have to get yourself a Steph. Find somebody in your life who understands what you want to do, preferably is part of what you're doing, and is there for you. Because you know what? I could not do this without my Steph. I am just a very creative person. I'm very emotional, very creative, and sometimes she needs to reel me back in. I have thrown away more effects than we have sold to date. That's just who I am. So for all of you saying, for not all of you, for the people out there who are saying, this doesn't look any different to me, or this all looks the same, or blah, 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 you're really not looking, because I take a lot of pride in doing this, and I work super crazy hard, and I obsess over it. So I promise you, if we release something, it doesn't look anything like what else is out there.
Yep. And that's it.
Apparently.
Our cats are suffering.
There's paws
under the door.
Paws under the door. Ah. So that's it. We're trying to keep this a little bit lower. I'm getting messages already. We have so much to do. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the show.
And, yes, let us know. We don't have any questions today, but tell us your life hacks. Tell us your motivation hacks. How do you keep motivated and all that stuff? Put it in the comments.
Also, for those of you who don't understand what Rampant Live is, it's not this. It's not about us. This is about us. This is us talking to you, talking to us, talking to you. The Rampant Live is not that. We're talking to people who work in video and film.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they're working on the next Jurassic Park. It's a corporate. Everybody has a story, and we want to hear yours. So if you're not on the list, and our list is out to what, like August or September now?
Yeah, we have a long...
Go on rampantlive.com and email Final Cut Steph right here, and she'll get you on the schedule. We want to hear your story. Right now we're going through people we know because it's easy. We just write them and say, hey, you want to be on the show? And they're like, sure, whatever. And that's easy. But we've already got people we don't know who are signing up for the show.
This week we have Deb Eschweiler and Neil from
All Things
Post.
Yeah.
So come check it out on Tuesday and Thursday. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern. So, grab a drink, grab some popcorn, grab a snack. Or if you're working, put us on in the background, and you can if you have a question, you can always tune over and ask us a question, depending on whatever you want to know. These people are amazing. They have amazing stories, and they have amazing backgrounds, and it keeps you... Talk about inspiration and creativity. That is so inspiring to get to hear other people's struggles, other people's successes, and how they got to where they are. So it's a really cool show. Tune in Tuesday and Thursday, 9 p.m., rampantlive.com.
Oh, yeah. And if you've missed anything, go to rampantlive.com, and all of our previous episodes are there. And just hit play and just listen. There's not a whole lot to see if you don't want to read the questions and stuff, but just listen. Everyone's got a really cool story. So that's it. Tell us where we can find this
if
show
you want to see more of our episodes on this show, you can go to runningrampant.biz. Because it's all about the biz. And check us out there. We also have a podcast on iTunes and Stitcher for Android, and you can find us on SoundCloud as well. So check us out any way you want. Listen to us in the car while you're driving to work. Oh, YouTube, Vimeo, all that stuff. Find us, check us out,
Subscribe.
subscribe. Like that button right there. Somewhere here is like.
Somewhere.
So like it. And ask us your questions. Tell us your what keeps you motivated. What little hacks do you have in life that keep you on track? And that's all.
Also, we just want to thank you all. You all are amazing. We love and adore each and every one of you. I'm going to do a little test here that Stefanie doesn't know about. I'm going to do a little secret here. If you watch the show and you like our products and you want to do you want something special, I'm going to put in just this episode a coupon code VLOG, and you're going to get 60% off your next order. We'll see what happens. VLOG. Let's
That's
just
vlog
see.
for all of you people.
For all of you hipsters out there. Vlog or whoever else, whatever. VLOG.
LOG.
So put that in. So if you were interested in a Rampant product, go to rampantdesigntools.com, buy Final Cut Seth stuff, buy the Premiere stuff, buy the Style Effects, whatever it is, but coupon code VLOG. And don't tell anybody, because I just want to see if this works out. We've been talking with Kevin and other people about, putting in little secret coupon codes. So, VLOG. Do it. All right. Thank you all. We love each and every one of you.
Yes,
You're
we do.
amazing. Thank you for all your comments and your questions and all of your emails and your phone calls and text messages and everything else. And that's it. Right?
That's it. Yay.
Don't forget to run rampant, y'all.
Bye.
Are you ready?